Buckle up because this one's a bit wild. I'm flying all the way from San Francisco, California to Paris, France to pick up my brand new puppy. Yes, you heard that correctly. I'm flying halfway around the world to pick up a 10-week-old puppy, and you're gonna come along for the flight of a lifetime.
In Paris, where the weather is cloudy, we expect around 21 degrees Celsius, 74 Fahrenheit. Thank you for flying with us to the Air First Office.
So because we're in a hotel for her first night and I didn't know what the situation would be because we're actually staying at the airport hotel, I went ahead and brought this little puppy playpen, and I've gone ahead and added a puppy potty pad into it so that if she needs an area to potty, we have this. I do think that there's going to be suitable spots for her outside, but I'm loving this thing so far. It should be super helpful in the airport tomorrow. It has been such a long day, but I made it to Paris. I'm here in my hotel. I just finished setting everything up, and Cove's breeder should be here any second, and I get to go meet her. Once she's here, I'll do a full introduction, and I can't wait for you guys to meet her too. It's really early. It is 2:40-ish in the morning in Paris. It is 5:40 p.m. yesterday back home in California, and I just woke up from a quick nap, and I'm gonna get Cove all ready to go to the airport. I'm gonna take you all along on what it's like to fly on an international flight with a new puppy. So it's hard to see, but Cove's inside here. This is where she slept last night. Well, not really night. It was about 4 hours of sleeping, and she's eating now. Oh, and she wants to come out and say hi, and she's got some water, and then we'll take her on one final little walk so she can go potty and head to the airport when it opens at 3:30. First thing I did when I arrived at the airport is I went to my airline's ticket counter to check both myself and Cove in. When you fly internationally with a pet in cabin, and even domestically in most cases, you can't actually check yourself in for your flight until you're there in person. I also had to check in Cove separately, and to do that I needed her EU pet passport, which has her vaccination history and her permanent identification number, which was her microchip. The airline then did scan her microchip to make sure she was the correct dog listed on the documentation, and weighed her carrier to make sure she was under the weight limit. Immediately after we got all checked in, we went over and went through security, and I actually had to wait a few minutes because security hadn't opened yet. As far as I can tell, there is nothing different about security domestically versus internationally. It's the same deal where you take the pet out of the carrier and you walk them through the metal detector, and their pet bag goes through the x-ray machine. So we made it through security and we're at our gate. And I'm gonna get Cove's little playpen out so she can have some time, and then we'll get on our flight. We had an insanely long travel day, which is never ideal with a puppy. We traveled about 24 hours to get from Paris to San Francisco with a layover in Lisbon. When we got to Lisbon, the first thing I did is I went through the border security. They did nothing to check Cove. They didn't even acknowledge that she was there, basically. They just checked my passport and sent me on my merry little way. Then once we got to our gate, we didn't have a very long layover and I wasn't able to film, but I set up her little puppy playpen that you guys saw from the hotel, and I gave her an opportunity to go potty, drink water, and have a snack. And thankfully she did go potty. She went pee in the airport, and I was able to very easily clean it up and pack up her little carrier and get onto our flight from Lisbon to San Francisco.
In a few moments, you'll be landing in San Francisco Airport. A reminder that your seatbelt must be securely fastened. Please stay on your table, put your seat back in your prior position, and open the window blind. All electronic devices must remain in airplane mode or switched off. Please do review the safety instructions.
On all of our flights, Cove was an absolute angel. She didn't make a single peep, and she didn't have a single accident in her pet carrier, which if you know, you know, that is incredible. So once we landed in San Francisco, again, there was a no filming, so obviously I didn't film any part of that. We went through customs, and the customs process was honestly so easy. We zoomed through, they just really quickly checked over her documentation, asked me the purpose of my travels, and we went on our merry little way. Really could not have gone easier. I then immediately took her outside to find somewhere to go to the bathroom because she had made it basically 24 hours with only going pee once when we were in Lisbon, and she was silent through a 12.5-hour flight. It was honestly so easy, and in my experience flying with puppies, all my puppies have been really easy, where they just like pass out on the plane or they do a little chew and then go to sleep. So the whole process was remarkably easy and went super well, and I'm so happy to have her in the US. If you like this video, be sure you check out my video on how to pack for flying with a puppy and what you need. I'm gonna go over the basics from A to Z, from human to dog and everything in between, that's gonna make your flying experience as easy as mine. Thanks, guys.